appeared to be handball, but it was because of a push by McGivern. There's McGrain, now Johnston. Grant, no room to work, hustled by Stewart, did well to find Aiken inside. Johnston on the right. The cross came off Kerr, and the referee decides, I think, that was handball. Did he? Is he giving a free kick at the edge of the box? Yes. No, he's changing that to a penalty kick on the advice of the near side linesman. Well, that certainly is controversial. So penalty kick's been given. Peter Grant was who worked the ball inside. A good pass this from Aiken. It goes to Johnston. Jim Kerr at the edge of the box. They appeared to be outside the box when that struck his hands, but a penalty kick has been given. The linesman, Mr. Maguire from Hamilton, clearly influenced the referee's decision. So Brian McClair looking for goal number 41 for the season. No mistake. 1 hour of the match gone, and some trouble inside the goal net as Celtic tried to retrieve the ball quickly. Jim Dempsey was making things awkward for them, but the equaliser from the right boot of Brian McClair from the penalty spot, driven beyond Gordon Marshall. Celtic are back on terms, but they owe a great debt, I think, to Dame Fortune.
Become the first Scot to be awarded the Golden Boot for the top scorer in Europe this season. Ian Archer went to Parkhead to meet Brian and asked him when he started playing the game.
I started playing football ever since I can remember. I think that, well, I can remember I was just starting walking when I was maybe 1.5. I always remember having a ball at my feet. I didn't actually play organised football until I was 9 years of age. And I actually started playing for the local primary school team.
Do you remember the first football match you ever saw? First big football match?
One of the very first ones I saw was actually here. It was a Celtic vs Clyde game. And I'm not sure whether Celtic had won the league the year before. It was the very first game of the season, but Celtic won 5-0. And I was pretty impressed with the performance. I think Harry Hood scored that day.
Who were your heroes, as a boy?
Well, I didn't get to come here that often. As a boy, I always admired Pelé. For me, I don't think there'll be a footballer that'll get anywhere near him as a footballer. Kenny Dalglish, Jimmy Johnson.
There was a sort of choice for you. I mean, most footballers become footballers automatically, but I mean, you had an academic career going for you, didn't you? I mean, was it a problem to make a decision?
Well, I always said that really it was quite a risky profession, football, and I'd seen and heard, read in the papers about a lot of players that ended up in the scrap heap through various injuries, and they didn't have anything to fall back on. And I always felt it would be an advantage for me, in particular, if I had a degree behind me. But unfortunately, the way things worked out, Celtic had come in for me before my degree course had finished.
What were you reading?
I was doing maths. That was the priority subject I was doing. And then when Celtic came in for me, it was I felt that it wasn't something I could turn down.
You must, without being modest, have had a fair old academic record then. I mean, what did you end up with, highs and that sort of stuff?
Oh, well, I did fairly well at school. I wouldn't say that I was particularly that intelligent. I just had to work very hard for what I got. I got 8 O-levels and 5 IELTS, which was good enough to get me into the majority of courses at university.
So how come you got into full-time professional football?
Well, I always wanted to be a professional footballer, even although, as you said, I was quite academic. It was just what I always wanted to do. I always dreamt of playing football.
Jim McClain was moaning to me last week. He finds it very hard to find boys who want to play upfield, be attackers. They all want to be midfield and defenders. But you, in fact, enjoy being what we used to call an old-fashioned centre forward. I've
had a few spells in midfield. All the way through school football, I always played midfield, even though I did score goals then. And I always wanted to be a midfield player. But when I did move up front and I found quite a bit of success, I was very happy to play up front, and I'm still quite happy to play up front. I think that for me, there's plenty of time for me to move back to midfield, or perhaps even back to defence.
But I mean, physically, it's the hardest job on a football field, because, I mean, not to put too fine a point out, I mean, you're getting lumps kicked out you every week.
Yeah, well, it is quite difficult in that. You do take a few knobs, but personally, either I've been very lucky or I'm too quick to kick. I don't know what it is, but I haven't really had very many injuries so far.
Do you know what it's like, the sensation of scoring a goal? I mean, Dennis Law always said that once he scored, you know, for the next 10, 15 seconds, he was in a trance. There was nothing like it, and he couldn't explain it. What is it like when the goal goes?
Well, I would say that that's quite an accurate description of it. A lot of people say to me they don't often see me expressing any emotion. It's just the way I am. But when I score a goal, it always brings a smile on my face. It doesn't matter if it's a tap-in, 30-yarder, penalty, whatever. It always makes me feel very happy.
And a great header by Brian McClair. One of the clouds. McClair. Aiken. Hunter's hit the ball. McClair. Constantly going ahead. McInally. Fine deep cross. Mother McLeod's there. So's McClair. And McGee.